Yes, our newspaper reviewer is here, Chukudi Okoli Ugbaja. Chooks, it's a new week.
It is a new week, one full of hope, a lot of it. Demo, I'm happy to be alive.
Yes.
I hope you are too.
Yes, I am.
Jumai,
The gift
people
of life.
should always give
Thanks
glory
to
to God
God.
when they wake up alive. We are not necessarily
How was
better
the
than
weekend?
people who died.
How was the weekend?
It was fine. You can
Beautiful
see
rain.
that I have a robust profile, at least outwardly. Not in the pocket, though.
Okay, let's go with the papers. Let's start with some positive news and the national economy. Above the masthead, Nigeria Dutch Company Inc. agreement on major solar panel factory. You find the details on page 5. And federal government rolls out $3.14 billion investment drive for agriculture. Find the details on page 4. And below the masthead, recapitalization. Nigerian banks raise 3 trillion naira from domestic investors, with riders as small banks scramble for funds. Mergers acquisition expected before deadline, and experts say recapitalization will spoil risks, job losses, growth, and regional expansion. And at the bottom plate, cutting government waste, Nigeria's unfinished reform. Details on page 12 if you want to know all about that. Let me quickly go to the pilot, the Nigerian pilot, and below the masthead of the Nigerian pilot, Enugu CP orders manhunt for killers of Catholic priest. You find the details on page 8. 2 Brazil returnees excreted 116 wraps of heroin, cocaine at Lagos airport. Find the details on page 5. And the headlines: bandits kill 3 police inspectors, abduct 7. With riders, 3 police inspectors have been killed by bandits in Benue, while 7 others are missing. Attack took place at Ude and Adair communities in Guma local government area. Police say Benue CP is leading operation to rescue missing officers, arrest fleeing suspects, as IGP Betakun condemns attack, describing it as cruel and unwarranted. And the picture story you see there, it's not much information there. And gunmen abducts Governor Sule's aide in Nasarawa. That's on page 5. FG probes strange flesh-eating disease in Adamawa. Find the details on page 6. Stop giving audience to opposition governors, APC forum tells Tinubu. Details on page 12. FCT remains Ebola-free as suspected case tests negative, says Health Secretary. And ADC goes to court, knocks INEC for recognizing Mark's leadership. Find the details on page 10. And federal government revokes 1,263 mineral licenses for annual service fees default. Find the details on page 5.
Okay, I have let me start with the Daily Times newspaper. Federal government revokes 1,263 mineral licenses for defaulting annual fees. Details of that story can be found on page 2. NIMET predicts 3-day rain thunderstorms in Adamawa, Kaduna, Bauchi orders. Details of that story can be found on page 8. Abbas seeks medical trade partnership as Cuba strengthens ties with Nigeria. Details of that story can be found on page 9. Failed transactions. Banks, customers decry delay, tedious process of money reversal. Details of that story can be found on page 11. ADC faction sues INEC for recognizing Mark Aregbesola. Details of the story. It's on page 6. Now let's move on to this Nigeria newspaper. And just beside that nameplate, where federal government revokes the same 1,263 mineral licenses over service fees. Then the major headline reads, failed transactions, bank customers decry delay in money reversal. Want complaint resolved within 2 days as pressure on customer service desk blamed for ugly situation. Details of that story, it's on page 14. FCT Minister allays fears of property owners in River Park Estate. Details on page 6. Frustration, despair as parents struggle to pay school fees amid sundry charges. Details of the story can be found on page 2. Chooks.
3-day thunderstorms projected for Adamawa and Co. The last rains are coming, really. Yeah, it comes with thunder. It goes with thunder.
It was heavy yesterday.
It was heavy
in Abuja.
It was heavy.
It started in the afternoon.
I planted late corn. It practically blew everything down. You know, but it's still greenish. They will produce there on the ground.
Yeah,
you know, I just pray that people planted their beans in good time, because this rain you're looking at might not go beyond October 25. You know, last year it was a very good example. Federal government revoking 1,263 mining licenses for non-payment of annual fees. You know, supervision. Some people take us for granted. Even at the payment of personal income tax level, I'm not sure we're doing so well. From January 1, all that will be a thing of the past. So let people get ready. Government revenue should not be toyed with. Actually, places like the US, UK, it is tax that drives those economies. It is not Brent oil from North Sea.
That's what we're moving towards now.
That's where we're going.
Yeah,
it's tax that drives an economy. You know, so let them pay, particularly the solid minerals area. I went to visit them the other time. I said, look, this your small office tucked in a corner belies the huge assignment you have. People don't know the huge assignment solid minerals has as a ministry. You know, Alake and his people. We need to give them all the support. And there's some risk involved in their work as well. Do you know that many people, especially up north, have been mining and they didn't want anything to come out, you know? And they actually accuse top people, you know, in very top agencies in this country. We need to put a stop to all that.
And foreigners too.
Foreigners as well. My dear Jumai, that foreigner not go fit come
without the support.
Without
the support.
If the Bola brother don't show a road, you know. So that's the point.
That is it.
We should stop them. You know,
say foreigners, they don't know anything, but
they don't.
We call them.
Somebody
we
they show them path.
So,
inspectors, 3 inspectors killed. I hate it when I hear that policemen lose their lives. Well, they will tell you it's all in the line of duty, but every policeman wants to go and return to their family. What I keep saying is, please, when this happens, I hope that their death benefits, their allowances, and all those things that should go to their families
and insurance
come very important. Well, I think they are doing better now.
Yeah,
I think the police are doing better now.
The 7 missing.
It's just that the thing does not come early enough. I have a nephew that was killed at his duty post in Asaba, so I know what I'm talking about. Let them please try, but can we please try and make sure that these people's lives are not put on the line too much? It's so sad to know that breadwinners just go like that.
And 7 are missing.
7 are missing. May
just pray that they will.
May the authorities, step up.
FG Pro's strange flesh-eating disease in Adamawa.
I heard that one, and I cringed when you read it. Flesh-eating.
Yeah.
That means that people are just going dry.
The disease often begins as a boil, later bursts, and then gradually eats away. Flesh sometimes damaging the bones in the affected area.
That's strange.
That's strange.
That really is strange. So there are openings even on the body.
No name, nothing.
No wonder they said flesh eating. I wanted to say, why don't they tell us that it makes people lean? I now understand why they say flesh eating.
And up till now, nobody is sure exactly how it is transmitted. Some theories suggest insect-like water fleas or mosquitoes may inoculate individuals when they bite. And he said the patients with mild symptoms are being treated at the local health sectors.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Okay.
It's scary.
No vector is good. Whatever brings a disease is not good. But I hope it does not come when somebody who is infected touches another person. Tactile transmission, you know. They're contagious.
Especially with the flooding and all that, because they say
maybe we
that
need the
it's
health,
commonly found.
That's
Yes.
the most important thing now.
Yes, it's
to get to
commonly,
know how it is
create
transmitted.
awareness and
So
all
that you stem
They say it's found in swampy environments around stagnant riverine ecosystems.
It must have something to do with what we call
Microbacterium.
what we call it now.
Microbacterium, that's what they say, Microbacterium ulcerans.
Yes, you dip your feet in water, that thing bites you. I've forgotten what we call it in this language.
I remember before when we were children, it was ringworm.
It's a kind of flea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I thought we had gone past that era.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate that this
But
is
new
happening.
diseases keep coming up.
Nigerian banks. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say the banks. The banks.
What
now.
it does, we can never become like Bismarck Rewane or Professor Ife, but we can at least through our little economics. It means there's confidence. You're raising 3 trillion from domestic investors. That means there's confidence in the banking system. And when the recapitalization happens properly, it means that Jumai's millions are still very safe in the banks, you know.
How do you know?
I'm not going to talk about your trillions.
Amen.
I don't want little boys to start
It should
chasing
be billions by
But yeah, own it up, my dear.
I'm
Possess
owning
it.
Of course, I'm possessing it.
But you see, the issue here is bank customers are decrying the fact that, when they don't get their money, the reversal, method is so slow. It takes days.
And then they will still
5
take money for
days and all
reversal.
that. Yeah, I mean, it's
when we talked about supervision, actually, a good conscience does not wait to be supervised. But since we are the way we are, let them supervise.
But we are not supposed to pay for it. We are not supposed to pay for reversal.
How can banks take in humongous profits at the end of each annual each year, but do not invest enough in broadband infrastructure to make sure that everything actually happens instantly, and the reversal you're talking about is reduced to the barest minimum, because it all has to do with internet protocol, how good it is.
Thank you very much, Chooks. We've had enough of you this morning. Thank you so much.
That's not the best way to put it. You've had enough of me.
That's why they say why media must speak up against financial crimes.
Thank you, my dear. Yes. You guys have yourselves a great day.